Today we're going to make Hansadutta's world-famous Hansadutta soup. We will use 1 gallon of milk, and this is real milk from our cow. Nothing is added, it's not pasteurized or homogenized or in any way adulterated. The cow was milked this morning. We are going to use 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, which we're going to run through the blender. Generally we use fresh tomatoes from the garden, but since this is winter time and there are no fresh tomatoes, first we'll grate a little ginger, fresh ginger, grated. Put the pot on high heat. We add a bit of ghee, maybe a little more. We add 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of whole fenugreek. Is when they start to pop. When you hear them click, 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 throw in the ginger. The next ingredient is Hansadutta's world-famous spice mix, the ingredients of which are in the contents of this video. Now we add the spice mix, say 2 tablespoons, and quickly stir. You don't want it to burn, and then immediately add the milk. We add some salt, 1 tablespoon, say 2 tablespoons of salt. And we also add some black salt. Any preparation you add black salt to will enhance the flavor. It's actually considered a very healthy Ayurvedic ingredient. You can use it as salt, and unlike white salt, which contains sodium and it enters your bloodstream and becomes harmful to your health, black salt, it does not have that same, harmful sodium effect. It won't enter your bloodstream. Black salt has a kind of sulfury taste. Now some people like this taste and some people absolutely repelled by it. When you add black salt to a preparation, just as we've done, that taste will not be apparent. It's only apparent if you directly taste black salt. But if you add it to a preparation, no one would be able to say, oh, there's black salt in here. They won't know. But it will enhance the flavor of everything that you added to it. It's a very nice ingredient, black salt. In Hindi it's called kala namak. Kala means black and namak means salt. So we're going to let this come to a boil. And while we do that, we are going to run the tomatoes, 2 cans of diced or whole tomatoes. But before we blend it, we will add 2 or 3 lemons, because the canned tomatoes don't have the normal acidity that fresh tomatoes have. So you want to make sure that this tomato blend is acidic enough, and it has the effect of curdling the milk a bit when we add the 2 together. 1, 2, 3. So very simply, you can see, and ream out the lemon with a spoon. Seeds and all is fine, no problem, unless you have a aversion. Ideally, if you can find lemons, a friend who has a lemon tree, which is where we got these lemons, they are far superior to the lemons you buy in the store. Lemon power. You don't want the milk to burn, so occasionally a stir is required. cilantro. Chopped, first wash of course. Can't miss this opportunity to introduce one of my favorite tools, which is a Japanese sushi knife. Sushi, everyone's heard of sushi. Of course, Hare Krishnas don't eat sushi because fish. But we do like the sushi knife, and the reason is because they're very, very sharp and very handy for cooking. The sushi knives are actually made by the same craftsmen that used to make samurai swords for Japanese warriors. But since the samurais have gone into extinction, these people applied their trade to making kitchenware. One of them is the sushi knife. It makes for a very, very effective cut, much more than a Western kitchen knife. The only place you can really find them is in a Japanese hardware store or a Japanese specialty store. But the secret to chopping is to keep your fingers make like a knuckle, and sort of like think of yourself as having a cat's paw. So it's sort of, your fingers are curled in. And when you chop, you let the knife lean up against that, and you'll never cut yourself. Our real purpose is to encourage people to take to vegetarian food. But more, over and above that, we actually want people to become devotees of Krishna. We really do. If people are not inclined to do that or prepared to do that, that's fine. At least they can learn the art of preparing Krishna food, which we call prasadam. Prasadam means mercy. We as human beings, we are living at the mercy of nature. The sunlight, the water, the fruits, the vegetables, everything that we require to sustain our life from day to day is provided by nature. But nature is not acting automatically. Nature, we have to ask, whose nature? Just like someone, we have a friend, we say, oh, their nature is to be very happy. Or we have another friend, his nature, he's always morose. So when we speak of nature, we have to ask, whose nature? And the answer is, it is Krishna's nature. It is God's nature. This is his nature. To be, how do you say, magnanimous and support and nourish all his children. When devotees cook, we cook with the idea that we are going to accept Krishna's nature, the fruits, the vegetables, the milk, the grains, everything we accept. We take the ingredients, we prepare them in a special way, and we offer them to Krishna. As a servant would take the ingredients the master provides, prepare them, then offer them to the master at the table. When the master is done, whatever's left over, the servant accepts as his food. So that is called prasadam, or the mercy of Krishna. Now the milk is coming to a boil, and as you can see, just at this point, we pour in, yes, like this. Okay, and then give it a sweep and let it come to a boil again. Now you can see it's starting to boil, you see? Starting to. What will happen is the milk in touch with the tomato and lemon acid substance will curdle slightly. Not like making curd, but just slightly. Okay, and at this point we can add cilantro. For those of you who are new to the Krishna cooking standard, as devotees, we don't use onions or garlic. Of course, there's no question of meat, fish, eggs. We don't use anything like that. But we also keep away from onions and garlic. We don't use onion or garlic. So you can see the consistency of the soup. One last thing. We add a touch of sugar. We now offer it to Krishna.